Good evening. Hello, welcome. Whoops, forgot to turn on crisp again. There we are. Nice and quiet. Hello, welcome. How are we all? How are you going? How is your Wednesday evening treating you, if it is indeed Wednesday evening, wherever you are? Welcome to the stream. Apologies in advance for my allergies. I will try not to sneeze on camera. Or, well, I was going to say, or sniff, as I sniffed. But anyway, hello. Welcome to Trains.net, the programming extravaganza. So there's two things to talk about tonight before we get into the coding. Well, I guess three, because one of them is what are we doing, but they're all related. So two exciting things happened this week, and they neatly fit into what I was going to work on anyway. So I'm just going to lean into that, and if you think I'm lying and made it up after the fact, well, so be it. I kind of can't argue with you. So the first thing, what should be the first thing? Well, let's just do a quick recap of what happened last week. So last week, we got our Blazor front end here, Trains.net to web, which is this thing. We got it doing this. We got it drawing. So I can draw tracks, and I can even draw a train. But there's two problems. Number one, the trains are white, which we should actually fix. And number two, it's very slow, as you can see. And that's kind of a pity, because it means that I think I'm just going to leave the Blazor stuff there for a bit. Well, once I fix the train drawing. Once the colors are right, there's kind of... I don't think there's anything else I can do until... Well, I'm pretty sure that the limitation on this is the WebAssembly to JavaScript interop, which is happening constantly for all the drawing every 16 milliseconds. You can kind of see like they just get slower and slower over time. As the events fire, there's just, that interop just seems to take too long. So let me just quickly see if we can fix up the... Oh, there's a warning there too. Dereference of a possible null reference. Ha, that's a funny one. So this, we're initializing and passing in a lambda which contains itself. So the compiler doesn't know that this has been assigned. That's probably fair, because I guess this lambda could be called before this timer executes. I'm just going to tell it to be quiet, because I know it won't be. So let's just see if we can quickly fix that, because those trains should be in draw rectangle here. So we pass in the fill. We say fill width. I see the problem. Stroke style. We want stroke style, but we want fill style. There we are. All right, let's see if that fixes our little problem. And this is sort of on theme for what we're doing tonight as well. No, let's try refreshing again, because we don't trust Edge. Go. Hey, there we go. All right, cool. So now we have proper slow trains. So yeah, this is definitely on the theme of what we're doing tonight. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to make this whole thing look better. So if we run the Windows app, because it's way more usable, we can put down a few trains, and that all works, and it's nice and smooth. The movement of the trains is smooth. They go around corners. That's all cool. But it doesn't look very good. And there's two main reasons. Number one, the train itself. I never intended for the trains to look like this. This is like the first train. In fact, did I do an emoji? I can't remember. I was going to do... Oh, I didn't do an emoji. I think I think oops, the name of the image in Twitch chat that you get for bits is the train, and I think I called the image OG train because I thought might be nice to remind ourselves of the original crappy train that we drew, but of course that's dependent on drawing a nicer one. So I should probably get onto that. So making it look a bit better, making the trains look a bit better. I'm even thinking we probably should do something about the fact that the trains just overlap each other at the moment. That's not ideal, and it kind of, ruins it a bit. The actual tracks, I'm okay with. There's a few little things I could fix up with the parameters maybe. I would like, especially on these curves, I'd like some things to be more automatic. I was kind of thinking it might be nice to do color themes, but I'm not sure. So one reason I kind of want to do that is if you look at the graphics, I'm just going to switch to my holding scene so I can explain this to you. So the graphic on that screen, which, sorry, I couldn't talk over that screen because I don't have my mic set up for it. That graphic is fine. It's just not very nice. And I was kind of thinking maybe I should do like a proper color theme so that you could change the background color, change the track color, and then I can record a better animated image. But I don't think I can be bothered. For two main reasons. Number one, it's pretty niche. Like if I just want new graphics, I can just make them. But number two, I kind of don't want to add any UI to this at the moment because any UI I add here, I need to add here. And that feels it feels wrong to leave the Blazor stuff behind because I really do want the Blazor stuff to be a reality. I want to be able to give a train track a URL. But I guess this UI is not up to scratch yet anyway, so we're going to need to work on it at some point. Maybe that's not worth worrying about. But the drawing code, I'm happy to work on drawing code. I'm happy to work on game engine features because I know that they will work in both versions. So what I want to do today is work on improving the look and feel. So the reason for that, and the two exciting things that happened this week. So number one exciting thing I have to stand up for, because I received this in the mail, which hopefully you can see. It's a t-shirt with my train tracks on it. In fact, conveniently, I received two in the mail, so I can hold up this one even better. Look at those tracks. So that is awesome. That is an awesome present that I received. And I received it from the wonderful Imo Landworth, who maybe you know. I kind of suspect. Hey, Sad Moody, thank you for joining. Track shirt, that's right, track shirt. Hello, tracksuit. Anyway, so Imo Landworth, you probably know. There's a very good chance if you follow or watch a stream on .net, you probably have heard of Imo Landworth. But just in case you haven't, go follow him on Twitter. He only has 20,000 followers, so I'm sure he'll appreciate the 3 people watching this stream inundating him with follows. But yeah, so he sent me this shirt because he's a lovely guy. So thank you, Imo. Thank you very much. I know he watches on YouTube because it's really late in the US at the moment, so fair enough. And I thought, so these tracks are actually from the JavaScript version, which it takes a keen eye, but if you look, the corner tracks you can't really see, the corner tracks have 3 planks on them, and in the desktop version, the corner tracks have 4 planks on them. So it's actually from this, but I don't blame Imo at all because these look better, especially the trains. The trains look so much better in this game. So that's kind of inspiration again to do a better job. Like these two trains, they're not going to bump into each other. Sure, they'll wait there forever for the other one to move, but you know. So yes, so thank you, Emo. That's wonderful, but also inspiration to do a better job of the graphics. And the other news is that I have joined the Live Coders team, which I think is what Sad Moody meant, and technically spoiled the surprise, but that's okay. So if you haven't heard of the Live Coders, it is a team of just heaps and heaps of awesome people who stream on Twitch. Not just .NET, not just software, there's hardware, there's all sorts of interesting things. And some of them play games at times too. I think actually you can go to here. I think there's a couple playing games right now. There you go, Life is Strange. So yeah, I joined the Live Coders, which is why it shows underneath the video. Oh, it does too. That's right. I forgot because I'm not watching myself on Twitch. But yes, it does say that next to my name now. But anyway, so I added the Live Coders. Added the Live Coders logo to my little starting screen. But I thought, you know what? It's probably time I put some effort into the OBS stuff. So anyway, all that is to say, I think we should get some nicer looking trains. Fill rectangles. Shift their problems onto New Zealand. Well, look, all I'm saying is we don't want Russell Crowe, so he's yours. So let's switch to the WPF project because, let's face it, it's much nicer to use. And let's go and let's draw some nicer trains. And I'm just going to go out and say it right now. I'm going to be blatant. And as usual, I've closed the tab that I want because I always close the tab that I want. I have absolutely no qualms about completely copying the design, I don't know why I did that, of these trains. I think these trains look great, and there you go. The main thing they have going for them is they use gradients, which, I mean, the last time I did web design, gradients were popular, so that was, that's a good sign. And B, it adds depth. They have much thicker lines, which is excellent, and they look like trains. Looks like an old school locomotive. You can kind of see it up there, right? Big section at the back, long, thin section at the front. My trains, drawn hastily, I will add, is somewhat of a fever dream, are kind of backwards. They have a very little section at the front and a big section at the back. So first of all, we're going to fix that. But realistically, this is a problem, right? These hard-coded colors. So I think we need to have, well, we certainly need more options for colors, and maybe that means color themes, but maybe it just means colors. So I'm going to start with something, and we'll just see what happens. So let's just start with an iTrain, let's call it a palette. So all we want to do is just come up with what are the things that make up a train. And realistically, that's two colors? Yeah, let's go with two colors. So there is, now I've got my own color class, don't I? Oh yeah, I do. All right. So we're going to have what are we going to have? No, let's have 4 colors. So there's 2 sections to the train. Tell you what, we'll have 3. We'll have 5 colors. Every time I say it, it's going to get more. We'll have an outline color, and that's probably just going to be black, but may as well define it on the interface. And we want 2 gradients. So we want rear. I don't like that. We'll leave it at that. Train palette is fine for now. It could be more generic, but we don't have anything but trains, so never mind. Let's go with rear section start color. Why not? And rear section end color. And front section starts color. And you guessed it. Oh, didn't think that was on my clipboard. All right. So we'll start with that. And basically what I'm thinking is we want to have a range of these. Oh, that's interesting. So I was going to say we want to have a list of these and we just pick one at random. But of course, this renderer draws a train once. But the train needs to know what color it is. But color, that's kind of not a... That's a very rendery thing. Let's go with this for now, because this can always maintain a dictionary of palettes or something to map it. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's start with that. So we want a dictionary. No, a dictionary of train to palette. And that's a palette. Hello? Yep, using. Okay. So here's what we need to do. When we render a train, we need to say if our palette map doesn't have our train in it, then we're going to add it. And we're going to add it by getting one of the palettes, and we're going to select one at random. And I'm going to call a method to do that because that'll keep it neater. So, palette, random palette. That means we need a random. If you're new to .NET or C# and you're doing anything with random numbers, always define your randoms once, because then they'll actually be random. So train palettes, and we want to get, is this a list? It's an ordered list. Does ordered list not implement? Oh, it's only IEnumerable. That's all right. T this. I've forgotten how to write a... Oh, no, this way. I've forgotten how to write an indexer. But to be fair, I don't write them often. What are they? There we go. Okay, so that, and then we go random.get next. So, min value, always read the help on these. So this is the inclusive lower bound, so 0, but then this is the exclusive lower bound, which means train palettes dot count, which also doesn't exist on ordered list. Ah, dear. No, not that. Generate a property. There we are. Okay. Good. Okay, so now we should have a palette. So what do we want to do? We want to draw a rectangle. So we still want to draw two rectangles, but we want to do them with gradients. And I've no idea how to do gradients, but I'm guessing it's something to do with the paint. So let's have a look at... Oh, we can't have a look at paints because that's our class here, which doesn't expose much. So we need to go down to our canvas, our rendering extensions, and paint style, no. I want a paintbrush to skier. That's odd that there isn't a paintbrush to skier. Ah, there is. I just didn't see it. Anyway. Okay, so let's have a look at the paint. What have we got? Color. Oh no, don't tell me I need to learn about shaders. Color filter. Yeah, I'm thinking this is not going to be obvious from here. So I will do this. Let's go fill rectangle Sketchup. Let's see how you use Sketchup, shall we? The Sketchup linear gradient. That's what I want. Well, that's a lovely looking gradient. Skshader.create linear gradient. Okay. Cool. This is actually potentially a good opportunity to clean up our little API as well. All right, let's try this out. So Skshader, oops, dot, ooh, look at that, create all sorts of things. Create linear gradient. Start and end. That's kind of annoying in that I am not in any function that takes a rectangle. Okay, so what we're going to have to do then is we're going to need a new method in, let's go back to here for a second. So instead of canvas.drawRect, we're going to have to say gradient rect, because we need rectangle and painting concerns, or gradient concerns. So that's okay. This is actually kind of nice since we extracted this API a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so that's the rectangle we want to draw, and then we want to essentially go I forgot to get the palette. So what we want to do is we want to go from palette dot, what are we doing here? Let's go rear section start color. I don't actually know if this is the rear section or the front section, but never mind. Body and head. This is the body. So this is the rear. Cool. So we'll go from rear to the end. Now, interestingly, I think I actually have to specify 3 colors because I need a start, a middle, and an end. I'm just going to go start and then end and back to start again, but these names are a bit crappy. Is that all I need? Let's go with that, and it just means that this gradient rect is very opinionated, but that's okay. And I've also just realized if I generate this method, I'm going to have to do it in JavaScript as well. Otherwise, it won't compile. But you know what? It's the price of something or other. Let's implement that. Okay. So this is x1, y1, oops, x2, oop, no, no, it's width and height, isn't it? Now I've got myself worried. Where are we? Oh god. Same as draw rect. Yeah, width and height. Okay. Here. All right. Width, height. This is just x, y. This can be start, and this can be end. All right. So I can't type shader for some reason. Create linear gradient. So we want to Generates a linear gradient between two specified points. So I want to start this. I'm confused because okay, well, I don't know. Let's try it. If I started at XY. Whoops, no. Is there an overload that takes no, okay. So I'm gonna start it at XY and end it at I guess this is a point, so we'll go Y plus height. That's gonna be diagonally, which is probably not what I want. Let's try that and see if that works. So in theory, that should be across the top of the train. And I'm assuming this will draw the gradient the whole way across, but we'll find out. And then our colors, crazy shaded the array of colors to be distributed between the 2 points. Okay, so let's just go start and I'm pretty sure I'll need to go back to start again. And then SK shader tile mode. Clamp, mirror, or repeat. In theory, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so I've got a shader now. SK shader specify the source colors for what is drawn in the SK paint. So I would imagine I now go canvas.draw rect, pass in the same rectangle, and I'll just pass that in. Is it an SK paint? No. Okay. That should work, I think, if I close this program. Let's see. I might have to implement that method in the Blazor class for it to build, but see how nice Visual Studio wants to be to me. Well, it built. Guessing that didn't work. Okay, let's see what's wrong. This is just complaining about disposable, so that's okay. Yep, okay, debug. I should probably fix that, but that's a bug too. Why did the tracks not come back that time? Oh. Oh, yes, right. I don't have any color schemes. I should probably create a color scheme. I think I pressed restart. I always press restart. Okay, that's fine. This is a problem I can solve. So let's add a color palette. And in fact, I'm going to add a folder. I should probably start cleaning some of this up. So who's got suggestions for good colors? We could go red and blue. I'm going to need to add more colors to my enum at the very least. Private, internal, I don't even know. Okay. So black is the outline, even though it's not working. Let's go rear section. No, you know what? Let's do this properly. So we'll go from black and we'll go to gray. No gray. Light gray? Okay. And then front, well, I did call the class red and blue, so I guess I will have to do that. And let's just copy that and we'll go with green and gold. I'm very patriotic. In fact, red and blue kind of gold, yellow. See, once again, fallen or trapped by my own terrible implementations here. So, what's SK Colors got on it? Should I just copy all of these? That's a terrible idea. But it does have a gold. It's probably got all the web colors. Oh, and it just takes, yep. I should make this not an enum, my colors, and then that'll solve the problem. Okay. Let's try that again, now that we have some palettes. Did I not generate that? I did. Good. Colors does not contain definition gold. Yes, it does. Get with the program. Canvas wrapper does not implement. Why not? Oh, right. We're in. This is Blazor. Okay. Didn't notice that. How to sync project with friends? You know, that's a very good question. If you're talking about how to sync your train tracks you've created with friends, well, that's exactly why I want a web version. But I'm guessing you don't. Are you talking about the general case of how do you... oh, whoops, I've got to change the thing. How do you sync any project you're working on with friends? Or do you mean specifically for this trains? Mr. Wanted God. It's a good name. I assume I'm reading that right. Sorry if I'm not. Go, look at that, we have gradients. That's pretty much exactly what I wrote, except I've got my height and my width right. A multiplayer, maybe a future collab. Yeah, look, multiplayer, I would love to do multiplayer. I really would. Like, I could totally, signal transfer across what everyone's doing, be great. I kind of want, what would be really fun would be massively multiplayer online games where like every layout has a track coming in from the side and it connects to someone else. But yeah, we'll see. I also did Blazor WebAssembly so I could just host it all on GitHub Pages because I don't want to run a server. Let's fix up this train. So we're going to go to our wrapper. And I don't need to debug because it worked first time. Who knew? Is this disposable? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what did I say? I said x plus width to y. So let's go with y plus height. So that should at least make that look better. And then train renderer. I want to make that not as big. So what do we got? X and Y. So we're starting negative train body width. Wait, hang on a minute. Rock canvas map. If we're going from X and Y, I'm confused. And I'm just going to draw a... Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. So we're going from XY to XY plus height, which means that we're drawing our train in its current form, pointing sideways. Implement rectangle, point and size, then point plus size equals rectangle. Yeah, I don't want to. So we're going from XY to Y plus height. Okay, cool. So that means we're drawing sideways. So if I go to my train renderer, X is negative train body width. So are we starting in the middle? train relative left and relative. Yeah, so we're starting in the middle. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So then what's the height? The height is train body width. Oh, okay. Okay, so I just happen to have drawn it as 2 squares. All right, that's fine. So all I need to do is drop down that. But then I'm minus train body width divided by 2. I think I need a height and a width property separately here because I think this is just working by coincidence. Oh no, that looks okay. Actually, it could go even smaller. But these all feel like very magic numbers, so that might not be good. Oops, change the height. Wrong one. Width. I really wish I had hot reload. Okay. Yeah, I don't like. What is it? So these are they're parameters. Train parameters. Oh yeah, I forgot we had train parameters. Huh. Okay, that's all right. Okay, we can do that. Do they are they implemented somewhere? Here they are. Aha. All right, so train body. All right, so let's fix this up then. What do we want to do? We want to have train. No, we don't need train. We want rear height, and we need it to be gettable and settable in case we ever do a UI for it. And we're going to have the rear height be, if the width is 15, then let's say the height is 25. And rear width, I think 15 looked all right. Maybe. Let's go with 10. And then we can do, let's start with that. So rear width and rear height. And then in terrain renderer, oops, that's track renderer. Why do I always lose all of my files? Like, it was the last one I was using. Why did it run away? Maybe I closed it. I think I closed it. No. Oh, was it there the whole time? I might be going blind. Okay, so our width is train parameters dot. I forgot. I have to update the interface. This is kind of annoying, I will admit. Okay, so this is rear width. This is rear height. Rear height. Did I? Oops. I'm not sure which bit I spelled wrong. Never mind, it's right now. Okay, so get rid of that. Okay, so rear width and rear height. So where do we want to put it? Let's put it at track parameters dot cell size. So if we're starting in the middle, okay, so we want to minus off half the cell size. So that should put us at the start of the cell. Oh wait, is the start of the cell 0? No, we're relative to the train. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So that puts us at the start of the cell, and then we add on the rear width. And then the x is the rear height divided by 2. So we should be near the back. Oh, just get rid of that. We should be near the start of the cell, near the back of the train, if you like. And then, yeah, bigger than we were before, taller than we were before. Perfect. That train probably ends about there. That's a bit light. I think that could be darker. But all right, let's draw some more train. So now what do I want to do? I'm going to do a new gradient. And we want two different colors. We want our front section start and front section end. Now I would like to say, I would love you, if you're watching right now, I don't know why I'm looking over there, I should look over there. I would love you to open a pull request and add in some different color palettes. Thank you. So this one, we're gonna start at the front of the cell. So let's go. Should probably comment these. The front of the cell plus the rear width. It's 2. So the front of the train will touch the back of the train. And then the height is the train head. So this is just head height. This is head width, and this is head height. And that says head width. Okay. Not a method. Okay, train parameters. So, oops. Yeah, they probably should be floats. Head height. I've just thought. Commit the interface. Oh, you're going to open pull request right now, yeah. Well, let me stop you there. I've just thought colors should kind of be in train parameters. Because then you could have different looking trains. Although then I guess you would supply a train, just a whole custom train renderer. Yeah, maybe let's worry about that later. Let's fill these in to start with. So head width, head height, and let's make it all floats. Okay, so our head height is going to be 15, and our head width. So what have we got? A rear width of 10. We're 10 in from the back. Our cell width is 40. So I guess that means 20 should leave us centered. That doesn't make sense. Shader is on a paint, so you could just pass the paint the whole way through. So we can do custom shaders. Sorry, pass the paint the whole way through. You mean from the palette? The palette could have paints instead of colors. That makes sense too, but then now paints have a dependency on skier. So I'm not sure about that one. Is that what you meant? Whoa, what? How did we get two methods on here? Oh god, we have an object? Oh, I don't want that. I've done something terrible. However, I generated that. Y width, height, start, and end. Got your wrap colors. Yeah, I don't. No, we could still do it. No, wait, you can't. So the problem with a shader, the problem is it has coordinates in it. So if you just returned a paint from here, what coordinates would you put in your shader? Unless you just assume, well, no, if they were combined with train parameters, that would maybe make sense. But yeah, I'm surprised the shader. Well, I'm surprised. I don't know how shaders work. Presumably it has to. But it is kind of, if the shader didn't have coordinates on it, then I can just wrap that and my 8.2 skier method here. This thing can just have shader properties. But yeah, I mean, it might be worth trying it without the rectangle and just seeing what happens, like setting it to 0 and 1. And we kind of only want, well, in this case anyway, we want the whole rectangle that we're drawing to be shaded anyway. Oh yes, gradient. You know what? You can do it. Visual Studio, do my work for me. Oh man. What? Hang on. I'm still running it. Every time. Okay. So, green and gold. Red and blue. Okay, so it needs to be wider, a lot wider. But in general, that looks alright. I've seen worse trains. The colour scheme could do with some work, you must admit. The red and blue, it's not the best looking. Okay. So head height clearly needs to be 20. This is where I need a UI for these, and then you need a save button in the UI that then writes out a C# class that I can copy and paste. That's better. That's a little short, fat train. All right. Now, what I also want to do, though, is I want to draw an outline around it, because then it actually looks good. So first, annoyingly, I'm now going to wish I had... Oh, yeah, I'm going to wish I had a rectangle class, because I'm going to copy all of these. I would like outline. And then I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to say outline. And its color is the outline color. And a start width of 2. That might be okay. It might be a bit, let's say, bold in... Whoa! That is... Oh, I need to say style is stroke. Okay. I think I need to make these overlap. Oh no, maybe. That looks good. Excellent. All right, it's a little stocky. Like it's it's had a big lunch. What is it? How does that look compared to the good old reference material? Draw some tracks and draw a train. Okay, stop moving. Yeah, so the back section being darker does look really good. And it has a chimney in the JavaScript version, which is good. But that's okay. I think it's a little short and fat. A little short and fat. Sorry, little Mr. Train, but you're going on a diet. What did I say before? 15 was too small, so let's go with 17. And then that's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably okay. Really what I want is a better color. Colors. I would like grey. And only flags in them should have plural names. Sounds fair. And colors dot grey. Let's hope for a grey. Yay. Could even warrant a dark grey. We shall see. Yeah, that one. And that one. And actually, you know what? Red and blue is going to change to be red and purple. We'll see what that looks like. And we're already halfway through the stream, so I think I might have to call that. No, I want... Yes. Oh, you know what? I've got the reds and the purples backwards. I think I wanted them the other way. I like that, but it's still a bit stocky. Probably needs to be longer. But so one problem I'm not sure of is I'm not entirely sure that that isn't going outside of its cell. The interesting thing there is, so the drawing point for the train is the middle of the train. But nothing's stopping that, like, it starts in the middle of the train. There's nothing stopping it drawing everything to the right of the train. It'll still look okay. I guess it would take the corners early. Yeah. Where are we? So what happens if I do that? I really should just let someone with a good eye to... You know what? I should just copy the color schemes from the JavaScript version. Nope, that looked better before. Okay. Maybe I'll just do that. Yes. Let's have a look at how the JavaScript version does its colors. Why not? There is no harm in copying work. Oh, is it done in CSS? I don't think it is. Is it train renderer? Here we are. Train colors. Dark then light. Okay. Let's copy them. Let's do it. Here's what we're going to have to do though. I'm going to have to turn this into a class. Color. Colors. I think this should work. Hopefully. What does this go color take? Bytes for red, green, and blue. Alright. Red, green, blue. Fine. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not doing this. I'll do this later. I really want to get the trains not bumping into each other first. Oh, need that. Come back. Okay. This will do. Does it not? Did I undo one too many? Okay. Let's just see if we can't tweak this one tiny little bit though. Let's go with 25 and see if that helps. Oh, that looks so much better. There we go. That's a proper train. See, I reckon it... Yeah, see, it turns the corner a bit late, though. I don't think I'm in the middle anymore. You know what I need to do? I need to go to the renderer. And we need to go... yeah, let's go. Start pause equals... parameters dot cell size divided by 2 minus... No, minus... Let's actually work out the width properly. Oh. What am I doing? Now, is Rosalind going to tell me some of those brackets are unnecessary? No, it's not. Good. And then we're just going to do that. And then that. Oh, whoops. This is a... okay. That we get rid of, yes. That one, and we leave that. There we are. And this one, and that one. Okay, now it should be in the middle. Back a little bit shorter. You mean it's a little bit shorter, or it should be a little bit shorter? I think it's a little bit shorter than the JavaScript version. Whoa, that looks terrible. I'm gonna go with I mucked up my math there. You know what? That actually, it looks like the rear section is where the wheels are, but whew, that just looks shocking. You know what I need to do? I need to do this. Canvas dot draw circle at 0, 0, radius of 5, and well, yeah, let's just use the outline brush, and then we'll do that last. Actually, let's just see where 0, 0 is here. It should be in the middle of the train, but why are the tracks sometimes not loading? Oh, okay. So I've completely stuffed that up, and it's drawing... Wait, what? Okay. 20... Oh, it's not 20, this should be minus. There you go. There's your problem. Why does this always devolve into a comedy stream? No rude jokes, please. It doesn't look like anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. What have I done wrong here? We're debugging. That's what we're doing. We're debugging trains.drift. Yes. Yes, they're hover trains, so it's okay. They're not breaking the tracks because they obviously just hover over the tracks. It's as it was designed from the start. Ah, dear. Draw track. Get rid of track. Okay. So that's 40. We know that. So this is 20. So this is minus 20. And then 25 plus 10. So our track is 35. Minus 37.5. That's way too big. So what the... 17.5, yes. Oh, minus 20 minus 17.5. is wrong. Wait, hang on. No, I just want minus 17.5. If the train's in the middle, what am I doing? Yeah, I don't want this at all. I just want this. Why did nobody stop me? Yes, if the train's in the if 0 is in the middle, I don't need to go back. I was going back because I was then moving forward by some random amount. But there we go. Now the circle's in the middle, so this should look reasonable. Okay, excellent. Alright, I'm very happy with that. And you know what? Now that we have the circle anyway, why don't we go ahead and put the smokestack on? Let's go. Where are we going? We're going to go the train parameters dot head width minus 3 pixels. Might be worthwhile revisiting this once you have carriage points. You could draw the train between 2 points instead of pivoting on a single point. You know, what if I never do carriages? Ha! But yes, you're right. Of course you're right. And, alright, let's see how that looks. Draw the train between 2 points. Yeah, I mean, the true way to do this would be to track 2 points for the train, essentially the front wheels and the rear wheels. I did plus. No, I didn't. I did minus. That's wrong. Oh, okay. Start pose plus train parameters dot rear width. Oop. Okay. Plus train parameters. So I think that makes sense. Yes, the real way to do this would be to track the train with 2 points for movement, so that it doesn't drift around the circle, around the track, around the corners. But I'm not doing that, and maybe I will, and maybe I won't. I make no promises. The outline is clearly wrong here. I want a smokestack, and it shall be there, and it shall be fill. But yes, 2 points is technically correct. Drawing between 2 points is kind of weird. Like, it makes sense, but if I ever had a bug with where my points were, you get these really weird stretched out carriages. Oh, look at that. That's great. Multiple colors. Oh, I could watch it all day. All right. Now, I'm going to check this in. Better looking sites. Please feel free to submit PRs for color palettes. Scott, I expect... no, I'm not going to say that because you'll do it. But just let me know in the chat when you've got them so I can merge them. Now, I want to see about... A while ago, I made this thing called a bounding box renderer. And what it does is nothing to do with its name. It is not a bounding box renderer at all. Arguably, if it was, it would have made that whole drawing fiasco a lot easier because I could have seen the bounding box. But more meant you can turn 2 points into a point and angle between the bogies. Dear. One day Scott's going to give up on me and he's going to write his own train game, and it's going to be the most realistic train simulation you've ever seen. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm just really lazy. So let me turn on bounding boxes. And so the theory was that basically it was like for hit testing trains. Okay, so train's going to have a collision. We need a point that they look in the future, right? And that point is what I would use to calculate, hello, can I go here? But that point doesn't follow the track, as you can see. It kind of, you watch on the corners, it kind of comes out of the track a bit, right? And that's a problem because if there was a train in this track, we want the train to know about it, but its point that it's checking for might be in this cell where there is no track. So I kind of don't know if this is a good idea or if we should just say, no, let's just check the next track we're moving to. The problem is I'm not sure. I think when we sort of know that we're moving to the next track, it's too late. So what we kind of want to do, I think in theory anyway, in game, I think, where are we? Wherever the track moves, we want to do the movement. Yeah, so here this train.move. We kind of want to only theoretically do that move. And we only want to do it, we only want to actually move if we can successfully move. So basically, we get back our new train position. Rather than calling move here, I want to do, so we need to move this. Yeah, wrap this into that. This is right. So here, now we know what our new column and row will be. Now we need to check if there's a train there. The annoying part about that is that the train class, this feels like the wrong thing for the train class to be doing. I kind of feel like maybe the game board should be doing this. So maybe this method needs to return a potential move. But it needs to return all of this information, which is kind of annoying. Actually, that's a position and a new column and a new row. And it makes more sense returning a float. All right, let's start with that. So we're going to return a train position and a new column and a new row. So this is new position. Is it new position or possible position? New row. Hello, Melarenigma. I was never good at pronouncing that. Hello, welcome. Haven't seen you in years. How are you? You could slow down when you're entering a corner piece and when a train is ahead. Yes. Well, so slowing down when entering a corner piece is absolutely correct. So it turns out the track here is responsible for moving the train. So the way that in theory we can do this, you could have a track piece that had like a Mario Kart-esque speed boost. And so in this train position, there's a distance traveled. So yeah, anyway, yes, I'm thoroughly on board. And in theory, that's possible. Yeah, I kind of really wanted that to be able, like, I want to be able to put down a track piece that is a station and have this train go to the station, slow down for it, stop for 2 minutes, and then keep going. But the game doesn't have to know that's happening. The track just tells it. Amazing. In theory. All these things are good in theory. All right, so let's get rid of this and let's just return all of this stuff. So position, new column, and new row. And new position. Yeah, it is the new position. That makes sense. Okay, so then here we are going, this is now called get next position. Apparently we're not using track anymore. Interesting. What did we used to use track for? Oh, track.move. Oh, yes. Oh, remember I said track.move. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. Oh, track.move modifies the position, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Whoopsie. No, I still want to call track.move. I still need to call it there. I just need to not set the column and the row yet. And not set the position. Okay, fine. Actually, hang on. Let me just... What did I get rid of? Yeah, okay. This is the stuff I don't want to do. That's all. Okay, excellent. So, get an exposition, which did I not rename? Okay, so train position new. No, it's what is it? New position, new column, new row. Okay, so if there is tracks with get track at new column, new row is null, then do nothing. So if it doesn't equal null, and get track for train, no, can we, how do we see if there's a train at? This is a list. Didn't I have a method to get a train? Because doesn't get track for train. Get movables. No, I guess not. Doesn't the train command do something? Train tool. Ah, it does that. Okay, let's make that into a method. And not gameboard dot use train at. Okay. Get movables is the one. That can be expression bodied. Okay. So back up here. So if there is a track there and what is train at new column new row? There isn't a train. Then we go train dot angle new position dot angle. Train dot rel to top. And is it distance? No, what do we, how do we do distance? Oh, we just set distance to distance. Oh, and we better just set, we better set that as well. Okay, let's see if that works, because if it does, it's way easier than trying to work out what is a point in front of a train based on this angle. So if we do a train, see, we have a problem. What's the bet I got the logic here wrong? Yeah, that shouldn't have it. It should be on, yeah. Okay. Why did it lose the tracks again? Is it because I pressed stop? No, I didn't press stop. I'm not debugging. So that doesn't work. Oh, you know what it is. I know what it is. Go and see if you can guess. This is where Twitch chat being delayed is kind of annoying. Who wants to guess what the problem is? Nope. Okay. The isTrainAt function is returning true because there is a train there. It's me. So now I need to work out. This is now get train at and it returns the first or default of that, which means we need a T, which means we need to pass T in. What's wrong with that? Movables is not null. Excellent. List doesn't contain. What happened to link? What? List I'm refers to default. Enumerable func requires a receiver type of enumerable. Am I? Oh, you don't pass in T. I'm movable to train. Oh, I see. I need. Uh, oh no, it's this one. Whoops, I had that. Oh, I guess this should be called get movable at. Boy, does that name suck. Okay. Get movable at. If get movable at is null or me. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, you know what? Yeah. No, you have to do that, don't you? Can't do it any other way. Oh, that's really annoying. What is we are trying. Get movable at. Oh, actually, I don't want T at all. Yeah, that's better. And let's just do this search once, just for niceness. Let's go. Other train. Other train is null, or the other train. Whoops, this should be equals equals. So if there is no train there, or we're already there, whoops, then that's fine. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, I really would love to get to different train track types that have different speeds and things, but didn't it when I renamed? That's annoying. Get movable at. Oh yeah, I renamed. That's right. It doesn't change the return type for me. That should be nullable. And this should be nullable. Why didn't they warn me? It's shocking. Yeah, different track types would be fun, but the biggest problem with different track types is I have to basically change the way that all this drawing is done in a way, because at the moment we're drawing a track, which is one track, but it has the properties that it can be lots of different ways. Different track types. I mean, that would be a corner track, that's a straight track, that's a straight track. And so instead of this track button, you'd have a straight track button and you go plonk, 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 plonk. But that would be annoying. So I kind of need to rethink that. Yay, the trains move. Yeah, I kind of need to rethink that so that I guess the easiest way would be you would have a simple track, like a draw tracks button, which would do this, and then you would have a place down specific types of tracks, which would do the other thing. And now we sit here and we wait until these two trains collide, or rather don't collide. And if it doesn't happen soon, I'll just put another train on that goes the other way, which I will do now. You know what we have to do as well? We need to do speed. So these two trains should not bump into each other. Well, This is what you call an exception, because this train stopped as well, which it shouldn't have. Uh, although, no, there's not an. Oh, I'm probably not. There's probably an exception in. Um, so in-game step. Yeah, okay. If there's an exception in here, then we're just gonna blow up. Okay. What is wrong with this? Let's find out. Let's find out. So if this is null, that's okay. Unless the movable code? Drain and drain. Oh, just missed. I'm gonna try and do it again. Oh no, these are gonna hit first. What? What the what? That's very annoying because debugging timer loops like this is really. So there was an exception, but this didn't catch it. Is that what we're saying? Socket exception, that's comet reload, that always happens. That's super annoying. What is going on? Oh. Wait, are we stuck in an infinite loop? No, we only have 3 trains. Oh, of course. It's stuck in an infinite loop because that train can't move, and I just need to break out of this loop. Ah, that's my fault. So, okay. So the trains worked out they couldn't move, but they just kept going around until they moved, which is obviously wrong. So if we break out of the loop, it'll move on to the next train, and next time through the timer it'll check again. So if one of the trains has moved away, it'll be fine. Okay, but there is still a problem with this. Oh, my tracks. There is still a problem with this, which you might have already noticed, which is that they get way too close before they stop. Let's do that one, and let's see if we can time it there. Too early. Go, 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 go. All right, fine. Yeah, they get way too close before they stop. Yeah, oh, look at that. Okay, so, right. Now before, because Scott is now going to mention that if I tracked 2 points for a train, I wouldn't have this problem. Because this train was presumably in this cell. And so that's why that one moved forward to there, maybe? It's tough to know. So this is the only problem with this movement-based collision detection, is it's very hard to look ahead. Oh, they stack up nicely. Yeah, see, they still overlap. Yeah, it's very hard to look ahead and say, well, I'd like to be 2 cells ahead. You basically just have to run the timer. I'm just having fun now. Sorry, I'm just going to stop working for a bit. Stack some trains up. So, yeah, is that because we are tracking the middle of the train? So this would get the position of the middle of the train. So by the time, if there's a okay, let me try and draw this. So if there's a train in, well, if there's a let's draw here, 2 cells. If there's a train in this cell and a train in this cell, the train is going to get all the way until half of it is overlapping here before it thinks to stop, which is a problem. So how do we solve this problem? We kind of, I don't know. We could just move further. So this distance and speed adjustment factor, this is essentially speed, but basically this is how far to go with each tick. So we could do a run that checks 3 ticks ahead, three lots of this ahead, which is not the worst idea in the world. And then it could just check every column between where it ends up and now. Actually, I've just realized I think this problem will be demonstrated well if I just let the train run off the track. Yeah. So see how it gets halfway and then it stops? That's essentially the problem. What I wanted to do is to stop when it's there. Say, will you run off the track? I really do need to check the front of the train, don't I? No, but I still want it to be track-based. Because if it's, if it's here and there's a train there, yeah, let's just try doing a look ahead. So, okay, we want to do, essentially we want to do, grab that logic. Do you mind if new colors break the JS version? No, the JS version is already broken because it doesn't support gradients. So no, I don't. Thank you, Scott. Let's extract a local function. Yeah, all right. Let's go move train. And we don't need the return value. Thank you. Just an overzealous compiler. Does the track know it's occupied and who its neighbors are? It knows who its neighbors are. It doesn't know if it's occupied, but it could find out. But it could ask its neighbor, but it doesn't know which direction the train is heading in. Although I guess it kind of does. Because, like, if you go to move horizontal, so this if angle, this is how we tell which direction it's heading in. So I guess the track kind of does know. Yeah, it uses the angle. It probably could just have a method on here that says work out what the next track is and tell me if it's empty. But I kind of don't want to deal with angles anymore. I don't like math. Yeah, it would make a lot more sense though. Like you just say, "Hey track, check 2 or 3 tracks ahead of yourself. Are we safe to move?" It would make a lot more sense. This is like running the simulation to get there, which is a terrible idea, but it's probably fast. Let's see this. Let's go bool can move train. No. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. Does it? No, we can't run the simulation because to run the simulation, we need to actually change the columns in order to know what the next track is. Math is why Scott's here, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, we can't run the simulation without actually modifying the train's column and row. So I would have to run this, set them back again. All right. So, okay. the other approach. So get the track for the train, get next position. So what we want to do is we want to call track.move and essentially in one of these. So let's go. So let's say we're moving horizontal. In move horizontal, we want to say, well, if we're moving there, then check that. I don't really like it. I don't want the track to have this much knowledge. What does the track use the game board for? It probably already has this much knowledge. Oh, yeah, to get us neighbors. Yeah. I mean, it'll work. I really don't like the idea of using the angles again. Like they're already used here and here. So like this one, for example, right? If position at angle is less than or equal to 90, that means we're moving left down. Fine. So this is let me draw this out. This is a left, right, down track. So that's a left, right, down. That's one of them. So if position is less than 90, we know we're going here. And if we're going here, that's the only way we can go. So from this point, if the train is here, the next track is always going to be here if the angle is less than 90. But for this side, right, if you're coming up, it's going to go this way. If you're coming this way, it's going to go down. So this now needs to expand out again to have more angle checks to say, well, if the angle is whatever angle is for there, and that angle check is currently in here because it's these two numbers, but like extracting them out to there, I don't love it. I don't love it much at all. Also, I want to fix up that drawing. Maybe I should fix up that drawing instead of worrying about trains. The one with the planks should be over the one without the planks. Anyway, did I undo everything? No. What changes have I got at the moment? Oh, okay. I've still got this. Yeah. Well, that's okay. This is still a good change. It's interesting. Maybe there is merit in the track knowing. I'm just thinking again about futures where, like, could you have a switch track where there were two trains on a track at the same time? Is it up to the track to know whether the train that makes sense? Because a switch track, I could totally see a track that goes in, put you there, and I'll wait. And maybe that's too much logic for a track to have. Maybe the game engine should have that. This is very tricky. What are you complaining about? Converting null literal. Oh yeah, fine. Oh look, a pull request from Scott. All right, let's do this. New train detection logic out to game board. Tunes out for 5 minutes. Yeah. Sure, 5 minutes. All right, let's have a look at the pull request. Oh, what? Oh yeah, wrong one. Wrong project. Oh dear. I forgot about that one. It's kind of how the real world works with signaling. Yeah, it is. You're right. Oh, you added the legacy colors. Thank you very much. skcolors.part. Whoa, legacy. What? You just added some name colors that happen to line up perfectly. Oh, there's a path method. Awesome. I was going to look. The reason I stopped doing it was because I was like, I can't be bothered converting hex code to bytes. I love it. Ship it. I don't even need to remove it. approve it, do I? Merge. Wait, what? Oh, I should wait. Nah, bugger it. I trust you. Plus, I'll fix it up anyway. Awesome. Ooh. All right. You know what? I'm going to think about tracks versus game boards knowing about train movements. And I'm going to fix up this drawing and then I'm going to call it good because I'm guessing that these trains now look fantastic. Wait, yes, there it is. Thank you, Mr. James Formica, who picked these colours. I'm totally deleting mine because they look terrible. Another massive GitHub issue for discussion. Well, it's probably goes in the same massive GitHub issue for discussion that we already have. Where is it? Not is it train movement concerns? Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, so like if this was a track piece, then it kind of makes sense that the track knows if the train can get there because it just checks the next track. But at the same time, you don't want a train stopping here because there's one all the way over here, so it's kind of the position you want it based on. Yeah, I think definitely. Oh, look at those little fellas. They're marching. I think definitely I will have to think about where it makes sense to do that. So the other question I have, not problem, but question, about adding anything to... oh, look at them all filter through. That's so cute. Oh, some of them bunch up a bit. Little ants. The other problem with adding really anything to track is like maybe it's worth having these fancier track types first and seeing what the API for that looks like. Because the last thing you want to do is have individual tracks having to implement the same logic. You want it to have to write the code as few times as possible. So station logic tracks will definitely have to do, but they can already stop trains. Like it's not a question of whether tracks can stop trains. It's a question of whether tracks should care about their neighbors. I love that these are all bunched up together into little groups. It's so cute. I've just killed it. Yep, that's ground to halt. And now this one's probably going to stop. Yep, there we go. And this is why I don't run a real train system. Abstract train segment paths into a graph. Yep, could do that. Could do that. A fancy track could be just made up of smaller track sections. I think that's the type of thing, like maybe it's worth thinking about that API first. Let's make track drawing perfect a little bit. And then I think I'm going to call it a night. Track renderer. So when we draw a curved track, what do we do here? We rotate, we draw the corner track. Draw extra. Okay. So draw extra tells us we need to draw tracks. What we don't want to do, we want to draw the planks. Then it's drawing the tracks. Then we draw... Okay, we want to do... Oh, we just want to do this. Should be as straightforward as that. I would think. Might have a little bit of drawing over the planks. Yeah, that looks fine. I like it. That looks much better. Except that the train didn't go the way I wanted. Yeah, that looks cool. Because now you can see which direction the train's actually going to... Whoa! Found a bug. Whoa! Found another bug. Okay, so there's still some bugs. Let it be known. I wonder if they're new bugs. That was weird because that last time. The tests. I'm not merging those tests. Buzzword limit reached for today. Your buzzword limit with abstract track segment paths. Yeah, probably. Merge the tests. No, I'm waiting on the tests. So what I want to do with the tests. So I have where are track? No, track layovers. No, we have corner tests. T-intersection tests. There we are. I have all these tests that test T-intersections. As far as I know, they all still pass. I should check that. What I want to do is I want to draw more complicated segments for those tests. Like these are all just basic T-intersections. I want to draw more complicated segments, like a T-intersection that goes into a corner to see if that works. But at the moment, because the train runs off the end of the track, you have to get the exact right amount of ticks for each test. Otherwise, your train ends up who knows where. So I wanted to do the train stopping first, and then I can write more tests. Yay, they all pass. All right, so this is done. But track drawing. All right, can we squeeze in a little bit of color cleanup? Legacy dark red. All right, let's try. I'm going to be, you know what? We can be lazy. We can choose HTML colors. And we're going to go color. Not a property. Yeah, why not? A property. Yeah, cool. And so then colors is a class. That's a static class. Now we have to use some Visual Studio Magic. So Alt Shift greater than full stop. I don't know. Get rid of them. Alt Shift select. These are public static color. I can't do. Well, that's annoying. I wanted to do end then. Can I do? No. So that's column select is not the same as multi-caret. So now I can go end. There we go. P equals new color. And yeah, I need to pass in the hex codes. So then the hex codes were in. Where did you put them? In here? Nope, in here. Colors. Like I said, that red. These probably need better names. Actually, no, these don't need names at all now. I can just put these in the palette. So how's everybody's evening? This is kind of boring and yet also kind of like high precision mousing, which is a pain. Wait. Oh yeah, light rail, that's right. Nearly black. I love it. Gray. Some kind of gray. Okay, so we get rid of legacy colors. Sorry, didn't last long. And then gray. Well, I don't need gray because I'm going to use it. I don't need thing. I don't need red. White, that's easy. Black. Nearly black is a mist paste. Oh, I did too. Thank you. One. Um, did I use any of these colors? Oh yeah, they're probably used for. Well, cyan is happiness color. Yeah, that's right. I'm googling. Uh, green. I don't know where I use green or purple or light grey. Let's get rid of them. Hope for the best. What's wrong with all these? Non-constant fields should not be visible. Oh, fine. Can I make them read only? Does that make you happy? Excellent. Oh, maybe they should be properties. Whatever. Okay, so color is the type we want. So now we need to fix all these mistakes. Presumably we're going to have a bunch because we're using colors. Yep. What? Colors doesn't contain blue. Oh yeah. I don't want them anymore. That's good. That was good to know. To skier. So this is skcolor.parse color dot. Did I not make that public? Oh, color. There we go. That is now going to break things because all of these colors. Oh no, paintbrush. Paintbrush now doesn't take colors. It takes a color. What else? Well, we'll find out. This is called a compiler-driven to-do list, whereby you let the compiler just compile your terrible code and see what happens. Go through the errors one by one. What is wrong with this? Color does not contain division value. No, nor would it, but it's nullable. Oh, it used to be a struct. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this class because I do not like my own sense of design, and I should have just copied James's when I started, which of course means I need to change these from legacy to real because they're the only colors that exist. Color. Oh, this is fun. D. Well, actually, it's not that bad. Column select makes this reasonably easy. What are we down to? Only 16. Okay, green is used for bounding box. Well, you know what? I'm getting rid of bounding box because it's just wrong. So there's the quick way of doing that. Light grey is used for a grid. Okay. Let's create a read-only field. And we will call this hash good old C0, C0, C0. Oh, actually, I can do better than that, can't I? I can go to here, and I can go to... no, it was SK colors. I can press F12. Here we go. Oh, no, I can't, because these aren't hex codes. Wait. I can. D3, D3, D3. Okay. Good to know. Yes, hex codes in the comments. Thank you. Where was I? Grid renderer. Light grey. D3, D3. Put back. Get rid of the S again. Okay, what's next? Oh, I want, before I lose that. Promote that one. Diagnostics is purple. Well, you can just be black because I'm lazy. That's a color. Oh dear. Is that the only one? No. Color. Color. Cool. Oh, change the interface. Did I do this already? No. We're getting there. We're getting there. Gradient. Oh yeah, I didn't do this. Oh well. I think we're done. We're done. There's a lot of warnings there. I should fix them. All right, let's see if this works. And if it does, I'm going to call it a day because you know what? This means this now looks pretty much the same as the JavaScript version, which is awesome. And it means that if we then get the trains stopping and not blowing each other up or colliding, then I think that might be parity with the JavaScript version, which is like super cool. Because now everything we do is just gravy. That back section is too wide. It needs to come down like 1 pixel, 2 pixels maybe. Let's see what that does. Yeah, anything else now, we can just do features like roads or different track types. Train, I'm looking for train parameters. And I can't see it. There it is. Rear width, no, rear height, 25. 22. Pretty sure the JavaScript version has zany collisions. Well, there was a version of the JavaScript thingy that trains would explode if they hit each other, but that made my child cry. So that was removed. And yes, I believe the first JavaScript version has overlapping trains unintentionally, much like this one does. But then Trains 2 has nice, safe boundaries between trains, and everyone is happy. I mean, there are still features in JavaScript that this doesn't have. Like, this doesn't have carriages. Maybe I will do that. Who knows? This doesn't have speed control. I can't pause a train. Oh, actually, I can't remove a train. That's probably bad. I don't have any trains on this track. That's definitely bad. The trains always start in the same direction. I don't know if that's... I can't remember what the JavaScript one does for that, but it kind of annoys me here. Yay, they're all... Yeah, that's fine. It's not, it's not the worst thing. Like, all that happens here is that one train disappears underneath another and they stop, but the rest of them line up neatly. And I can spam the trains. This is all fine. Very pretty. All right, that's it. I'm calling that a day. That was very successful. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. I need to do one more thing. I need to rename all these. Yes. I need the crazy color flashing trains. Yes, that's true, I do. That's true. The JavaScript version has one train, one magical train, that is a rainbow color, and it flashes as it goes around. You got to be lucky to get it, but let's see if we're lucky today. It also has names for every train, which is very important, and we don't have. So yeah, no, there are features. Oh, I just can't draw today. Go away. Hey, Rainbow Train, first try. Hopefully my massive 5 megabit upload is correctly rendering every frame of this. It's seizure inducing good. And yeah, they have names. See, this is the Outback Alphonse. This is the Daylight Paul. The Diesel Alphonse. The Nervous Alphonse. This one's nervous. Oh no, we're gonna do it. All right, stop playing with trains. You're all terrible influences. Okay, so then we're gonna go here. We're gonna say very dark grey. Basically, there is no legacy. There is the here and now. What's old is new again. Because the thing is, I'm not good. No, that's wrong. I'm not good at spelling. I'm not good at design, but I know what I like. I can't come up with colors, but I can modify them. Ooh, I can modify them good. Just to double check, the word legacy, banned from the codebase. Also looking train colors. There we are, the final push for the evening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching there as well. And yeah, I will catch you all next week. Bye-bye.